Now, X is under hot water again, and this time it's because people are upset over the new terms of service. Now, there are two main, there are two main things people are not happy with. Number one, we definitely, for sure, own our content. X's terms of service makes that clear. And X can do whatever they want with it, but we still own it. Don't worry. It says it there. We own our content. They are just licensed to do whatever they want with it. So if they want to use it to train their AI, if they want to use it in promotional materials, if they want to package it in a giant data pack and sell it for $500 million to another data company, they can do that too. I'm not quite sure what people are so upset about this because Meta's done that, Google's done that, heck, Reddit just opened up the floodgates and said, hey, Google, come right in. And Gemini's been trained on a lot of Reddit data. And of course, that's how Reddit got their rankings boosted on Google search. So companies have already been doing this, but of course, anytime a company reminds us what they're doing with our content or data, of course, people are going to be upset. Now, number two, this one, it doesn't look good. I know other companies do this, and there's a lot of like corporate, whatever you want to call it, malarkey, but it just doesn't look good. So here's the deal. X is, of course, relocating their headquarters along with a lot of the other companies Elon owns down to Texas. We'll get to why he's doing that in a moment. But first, the main issue with this new terms of service is it says if you have any sort of legal problem with X, you have to go to this specific district in Texas to deal with the case. Now, the issue isn't the fact that you have to go to a specific district, because if you read the terms of service for just about any website or any app, there's a specific place you have to go. In fact, if you have a website, you have to have a privacy policy and a terms of service. And in that terms of service, you're supposed to say the state and district where any lawsuits need to be filed. So, for example, for our company, we have a specific state and a specific district that you got to go to if you're using our products or services and you don't like it, right? It's how we prevent us from being like pulled into the middle of Montana or something like that because we had one user there, right? So that's not necessarily the issue here because every company under the sun does this. The issue is that there's a judge in that particular district who happens to own quite a bit of Tesla stock. So there's this perception that Elon's chosen a place where he's probably going to get preferential treatment. Now, can I say that no other company ever has done something like this and no other judge has been under scrutiny like this? Of course not. There are plenty of examples. That doesn't necessarily make the optics of this any better. Technically, nothing illegal has happened yet. Obviously, if the judge had a case and he was clearly biased or he didn't recuse himself when he was supposed to, then that might be an issue. So just from an optics standpoint, it doesn't look great, even though every other company does this. But hey, at least X is allowing people to still sue them, unlike, I don't know, another company, Disney, that turns around and uses their Disney Plus terms of service to get out of a lawsuit from a physical restaurant where unfortunately someone lost their life because the staff wasn't transparent and didn't handle some food allergies properly. And the surviving husband literally couldn't sue because they were subscribed to Disney Plus. So there are plenty of stories from other companies and other situations where these terms of services are just absolutely awful and wind up being incredibly unfair, and it's just corporate cronyism. So if this turns out to be the case, obviously we'll report on it, but for now it just looks really bad and technically nothing illegal has happened.